The journey continues following the Toledo Patch through western Oregon's most rugged branch line. The ribbon has been held by the Toledo Branch ever since the demise of the Port of Tillamook Bay's spectacular line in 2007. Thankfully, the verdant forests are still penetrated by several active roads of steel. Eddyville is the location of a small town and a railroad siding, and it's where our train is about to make a brief interruption on its way east to Albany. These wooden trestles are an incredibly common sight throughout the line's 75-mile route. The line crosses the Aquina River alone 15 times, which this bridge is only in addition to, as it crosses Little Elk Creek. Something new since my last visit is the electric bell installed on this crossbuck. The grade up until now has been very gradual, rising only about 92 feet since leaving Toledo, at an elevation of 108 feet at Toledo to now 200 feet at Eddyville. The siding here at Eddyville is one of very few online sidings currently used in regular operations. Its 1,770 feet are good enough to rank second in length behind Asher siding, and makes it long enough to hold about 28 boxcars, which it will occasionally do to relieve Toledo of surplus cars. Leaving Nashville now, this winter's day patch is just entering the first of several horseshoe curves, as it will bid the Aquina River goodbye soon, crossing it one last time. It is here that the throttle is pulled back from the usual notch 1 or 2 up until now to notch 7 or 8, full power to lift the tonnage uphill. As the crow flies from Nashville to Summit is only 1.9 miles. However, the tracks will traverse over 5 miles to reach the top of the grade at Summit. In that distance, the train will climb 2/3 of the total elevation gain of the line on 2.58% grade, some of the steepest mainline railroad grade in the state. Illustrating the sharp horseshoe curves is the rising diesel exhaust visible across the valley. Trackside along one of the tallest trestles on the branch, We're enjoying the sights and sounds of turbocharged 645 series engines at full power. Thanks to a friend at the YouTube channel SIDETRACKED, I obtained a copy of the WPRR timetable. I'll display a few snippets of that document in this series. The roaring engines dominate the serene forest for quite a while before headlights ever emerge from the trees. The sanders are on as the wheels claw the rails for these last few curves approaching the summit. This train's 38 loaded boxcars just about maxed out the allowable tonnage for this locomotive consist over the pass. Freight car numbers over the line have diminished over the years. Trains were frequently 80 cars long during Southern Pacific days, and during Willamette and Pacific's early years settled into the 40 to 50 car train range. Part of this can be attributed to the fact that the boxcars haul more per car these days than they used to. And with the recent upgrades to Highway 20, more mill materials may be being moved by truck. Nevertheless, as we see here with 38 cars of loaded paper, the Georgia Pacific Paper Mill's relationship with the railroad is a strong one. Looking at an old SP grade profile, the train does go down grade for 1.5 miles here. However, until after Alder, the elevation does remain relatively the same. On my way back to Highway 20, I noticed some silver boxes by the rails and decided to stop. We're at milepost 726 at the old SP station name of Devitt. The silver boxes house components of a dragging equipment detector, which is connected to the paddles between the rails and on the sides of the track. Should any low-hanging gear or dragging equipment, including derailed wheels, knock a paddle, the detector will transmit a radio broadcast warning to the crew to stop the train and inspect. There are various detectors of this sort across the line. Here's a list of the detectors according to the Willamette and Pacific 1993 timetable. Ever since track speeds were lowered from 20 to 10 miles per hour through the twisting route in the early 2000s, derailments have become far less frequent. Even in August, it's typical to find that these forests tend to be dark with the marine layer overcast, but the colorful locomotives are perfect subjects to brighten the scene. Beautiful tall trestles and pastoral scenes with timeless appeal await in the next video, and I know we'll see you there. This is PRP signing off.